We've been talking a fair bit about fishing lately on RNIB Connect Radio, and with the weather improving, we thought it could be great to bring in some experts and learn their secrets to getting that best catch. So joining me today are Wayne Bowden from the Blind Angler channel and Joe from Essex Foraging and Fishing channel. It's great speaking with you both.
Hiya, thanks for having
Hi.
us.
Yes, thanks for having us.
There is a reason we're talking fishing today because you have round 2 of your coastal combat coming up this weekend on the 4th of July.
Yeah, absolutely. We had number 1 on the 8th of May, which went very well for Joe on the East Coast.
So I take it Joe won?
Yes, I did. Quite comfortably.
Yes, very comfortably indeed. Joe won 9-0. But over the rounds, he's only 1-0 up, so there's still all to play for.
What inspired the idea? Did you two know each other before the coastal combat, or was this something that kind of brought you two together?
I always wondered how the East Coast and the West Coast fished on one given night. I suppose the amount of times people fish a beach or somewhere and they think, they haven't had the best of luck, and they kind of think, oh, I wish I was here, but I wish I was there. So that's kind of where the idea came from. I started watching Joe's channel and, just started chatting to Joe, told him of the idea.
And I was really, really, really up for it. It kicked off really well, and everyone who watched it and supported us through the whole Coastal Combat 1 is the reason why we're going to be doing Coastal Combat number 2. And I am worried. I really think Wayne's he's going to grab it. Let's see.
Wayne needs to make up for the round 1.
He didn't do very well. No, he's putting that down to a net that was out at sea. That is his excuse at the moment. We'll go with it for now.
So obviously for yourself, Wayne, have you found that there's more people interested in fishing in the VA community right now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an absolutely wonderful sport where anybody can really go out and enjoy it. I spent some time a couple of weeks ago doing fly fishing, which a lot of people think is very visual. Cast a fly out and retrieve it in a certain way in order to catch a trout. And I even tie my own flies, which are extremely small. I can't see a thing I'm doing, but they work very, very well. And I've also been doing a bit of crabbing with my son as well. So it doesn't have to be just getting onto a lake, a river, a beach, rocks, whatever you, even just going to somewhere like a harbour where there's a lot of accessibility and toilets and drinks, machines and stuff like that all around to make it much more comfortable and easy for people to enjoy the outdoors. So I think a lot of people are starting to find that anybody can do it and really, really enjoy the great outdoors, especially with such lovely weather.
So, Joe, let's reel this back. See what I did there? We're talking coastal fishing. Do you have to have a special license?
For sea fishing, you don't need a license at all. Anyone can fish as well on the boat. The only time you need a license is if you're river fishing or fly fishing or lake fishing. Regarding being prepared, there are certain rigs you can use for sea fishing. Rigs is obviously a line and a trait that you put your hooks on. So you can have, for example, if you're fishing for mackerel, you could have little tiny hooks, about 5 of them on a line with a bit of feathers on there, or just a little bit of bait, and you can catch loads of mackerel on that. You can also use rigs with 3 hooks or 2 hooks, or even one big hook with a tiny hook on top just to hold the bait in place. It all depends on the fish that you're trying to catch, really.
And Wayne, when you're fishing, are there any adjustments that you make as someone who does have sight loss?
Yes, I make sure that everything is set in so I have quite a big tackle box, which is like a seat that you can sit on as well. So I make sure that everything is where I know it is. With my rods, I have little clip-on bells. So if I get a bite, you hear the bells jingling. I've put fluorescent tape on my rod rest, and I have lights that I hang from the rod rest and also from where my seat box is as well. So if I move away from home base, then all I got to do is turn around, because my vision will allow me to see light. So I just walk back towards the light. But if I'm fishing with someone and I need to go and cast out or something, like my wife, for instance, we'll play a little game of Marco Polo. So she'll shout Marco, I'll shout Polo until I find my way back to her. So there's actually a live on my channel where I actually went up to Essex and fished with Joe, and you hear Jen and I talking on there saying Marco Polo for her to call me back in from wherever I was.
So how was it meeting for the first time?
Joe surprised me. So on Coastal Combat 1, we thought it would be really nice because a lot of people get behind the channels and they like to donate, and we said that if people do any donations on the day, then we will keep that money and buy a nice prize for those who donated money to the channels. What I didn't realize is Joe had a different game plan, and all the subscribers of my channel and Joe's channel, absolutely lovely people, actually raised quite a lot of money. And Joe ended up, after the live, which finished at midnight, drove himself and his wife and his little 4-year-old boy all the way down from Essex to Plymouth to meet me, to give me this wonderful gift of quite a bit of money to buy a visual aid so I could help my children with reading their stories and doing their schoolwork and stuff, which was a extremely kind and overwhelming gesture. But he also had another motive in place, which was the loser had to have his legs waxed, and Joe brought wax strips with him, and live on YouTube, he filmed it and my wife waxed my leg. So meeting Joe was quite mixed emotions.
Yeah.
And just a quick reminder, so we've already said Coastal Combat 2 is taking place this Sunday.
We meant to start fishing between 12 and 6, so we're going to be going live through the whole of those 6 hours. And we did a live draw regarding the baits that we needed to use. Out of the draw came salted black lugworm, herring, bluey, and sand eels. And sand eels don't work here on our coastlines in Essex. Wayne was very, very pleased with that result. There is also a little rule that we did make as well, that obviously the abundance of mackerel on the coast of where Wayne is. So we said that a limit catch of 5 mackerel, say he catches 8 mackerel, he'd only get 5 points. What you catch on the hook as well, you can also use as bait. Obviously, there is a forfeit in play. I don't know whether Wayne wants to tell you a little bit about that.
Please do, Wayne.
Yes, so the forfeit is the loser has to shave off half of his beard and then has to stay like that without trimming the other side or shaving the other side for 1 week.
So there you go, extra motivation to make sure you win this time, Wayne.
I do. I will do my absolute best.
Yeah, I mean, like the main thing about this is about having fun, and we definitely do that, and we have a lot of banter with everybody, and we're very, very good friends about this, and I just can't wait.
Absolutely, and people can tune into the channels, and they can click on the live. The links will be on the Essex Foraging and Fishing Facebook page, and also the Blind Angler Facebook page, and also on the channels. And there's a chat box where people can actually get involved and chat and ask us questions, and as long as we're not too busy catching fish, we'll answer all those questions and have a bit of banter with each other and also the viewers as well.
Brilliant. The event sounds amazing. Good luck to the both of you. Make the best angler win. But in the meantime, Wayne and Joe, thank you so much for speaking on RNIB Connect Radio, and we look forward to hearing who is going to walk around with half of their face shaved.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.